Alright, working with derivatives. How do you take the derivative of x squared? You get the power, which is 2. You multiply by the coefficient, which is 1, and then you subtract the power by 1. So derivative of x squared is 2x. Also, any constants that may be there go to 0. What is a constant? Let's say 17. You know, it doesn't change, hence constant. It's always going to be 17 unless you take the derivative, then it becomes 0. Okay. Now, integrals is basically just working backwards. So, let's say you have the integral of x cubed dx. Okay, so what you do is you take the power, you add 1, and then you multiply the reciprocal by the coefficient. And just to make things a bit more complicated, a 2 instead of a 1 for a coefficient. So add 1 to the power, 4. The reciprocal of 4 because is 1/4, because all whole numbers are that number over 1. So 1/4 times 2. 1/4 times 2. Right. To avoid confusion, I'm adding parentheses. 1/4 times 2. Alright, so that gives you 2/4, which is just 1/2. So 1/2 x to the 4th power plus a constant. And you always add plus c when you're doing integrals because you never know if there were constants there or not. So just plus c. Also, there is no bounds. It is just, you know, an integral. There's no from 0 to 1 or from 5 to infinity. So that's all. Alright. And you might be asking yourself, what if you have 2 variables? Good question. So let's say you have the integral of x, y, just like that, xy dx. Well, this video is just a basic guide, so I'm not going to go all the way into it. I'm just going to tell you that for something like this, you would probably have to use integration by parts when you have 2 variables that are, you know, stuck together by means of multiplication. If it was like this, simple, same thing in the example above. But because it's not, it becomes more complicated. So if it's that, or like say x to the power of b, then I believe integration by parts. I haven't done that in a while, so I don't remember exactly, but I do know I had to use integration by parts to do stuff like this. So that's how that works.